podcast is in the building.
Vontae Type Davis, right back at you with another one. Thanks, champ.
Yo. Can't hear you, champ. Can't hear you, Squeeze. Can't hear you. Yo, it's the Rize podcast back in the building, man. What's going on, everybody? You know what I mean? Got Coach Squeeze on here, right back at ya with another one. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Squeeze? You might gotta go out and come back in. Champ. He definitely look like he in the back of the wagon, don't he? Aunt? You gotta go out and come back in. I can't hear you. Oh man. We ain't gonna let it get to us. You know what I mean? What's going on, everybody? How y'all feeling? Friday episode, man. Hope everybody had a great day and gonna have a good weekend. Miss Tonya Van Joss Williams Jr., what's going on? Taiwa Yuko Wabutu, what's happening? Showtime the guy passed. Can't stop Uncle E. 86 baby married. Miss Serena, stressed out boxing. Miss Joe Wetters in the building. Ace. Fugusta L. Neal, Tim Layton, congratulations, champ. William Old School, my Cajun connection. What's happening? Happy belated birthday. Ant McQueen, Ant the historian. What it do, man? Great fight breaks down you do, champ. Abdul Malik, what's going on? Gregory Pratt, my guy. Cass Sports. Sherrod Whitley. Key Alexandria.
You hear me now?
Perfectly. Josh Gallimore, unheard of. Hey, baby, where you been at? Oh, I seen where you been at. You been hanging out with the baby and them, man. You ain't had no time for the Rise podcast. What's up, champ? Lost Sheep 337. What's going on? Nick Running Bear, all the way from the preservation. What's happening? Justin James, what it do? The boxing sources in the building, man. Andre Noble, what's happening? Cash Sports. What's going on, everybody? Go ahead and get the sponsor, Squeeze.
5-time world champ, 4 different weight classes, first ballot Hall of Famer. You already know who he is. Baltimore Zone, GTD promotion. Redesigning minds, one mind at a time. We know a mind is a terrible thing to waste. Shout out to You can't hear me?
No, I was rocking with you.
Oh, shout out to www. You know I'm in a tight squeeze here. I'm reading your lips. Shout out to www.kenichibed.com. Use code TRP. You'll get 15% off. He got them black joints coming to y'all. Shout out to www.narslip.com. Go on the Damari's Instagram page. Check his art out, man. He an artist in and out of the ring. Shout out to his dad too, Boxing Dads. EOE, education over everything. Bad Girls Promotions. Rize Inc. Thanks for the platform. Don't forget the support the black business. Shirley Essentials. Get your toiletries. 1901 Pennsylvania Avenue. We have a new location, Houston. 1901 Pennsylvania Avenue at the Upton Boxing Center. You get 12 rolls for $7. And it's Friday. And shout out to Under Armour. Thanks for all that you do. And done for the gym. Shout out to Four Corners Boxing, always having us looking fly and flashy at the fights, man. Shout out to those guys, our New York affiliates. Darnell Jones and Jenny Jones, and go over and support their 15 rounds of boxing every Wednesday night on their channel. Man, they doing some big things. Last but not least, official boxing gear boxing, and we can ready to get ours coming in the mail. Y'all can say it with me in the chat on the count of three. 1, 2, 3. Box raw.
What's happening, champ? How you feeling today? How was your day?
Uh, I'm out and about, man. I'm gonna chop it up with y'all a little bit. Then I gotta get on up off of here, finish this mission that I'm on today. Shout out to all the 1013 birthdays. Shout out to my baby birthday. God bless all of y'all. Wish y'all many more. Y'all see, I'm on my senior carbs and Coach Kenny stuff tonight. I'm in the car. I'm out and about. It's Friday. What's going on, champ?
Man, can't call it. Can't call it.
All right, let's dive. Let's dive right in with our scuba gear on, baby.
Right.
What y'all want to see? What fight y'all want to see? I want to see that Keyshawn Davis fight. What's the name of his opponent, senior?
Kamir Albright.
Who?
Kamir Albright. I believe that's his name. Kamir Albright.
Oh, you breaking up. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear. Kamir Albright. Can you hear me?
Damn, I'm getting a lot of feedback on your end. Yeah, but I definitely want to see that fight, man. Keyshawn Davis, moving up the gotta, step his game up. Let's see what he made of. Let's see what he made of, man. But a lot of people saying he ain't ready for the real big fights. He know he ain't ready. So, he keeps it 100. But that press conference was live. He was talking a lot of smack to that guy.
Oh.
Yo, funny too. You see?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to see I'm trying to see. You know what I mean? That boy from Philly. So we're gonna see what he really about, man. Because I mean, like Keyshawn doing a lot of talking, but his competition level ain't really, you know what I mean, for him to be talking like he talking. So we're gonna see.
Yeah, real talk, man. But I guess this is his process, his journey to the top. You can't put a man in there. I guess some people get that opportunity with 16, 17 fights. And so we're gonna see what this guy got to bring to the table. Both of them coming from fighting families. So we're gonna see what he bring to the table. We never know. This boxing thing crazy, yo.
Kai, what's going on? Genuine of the Rize podcast. Al Booger, what's happening? Miss Yaya in the building. What's going on?
Miss Yaya, how you doing, Queen?
Miss Yaya got a surprise for you tonight, too, Squeeze. All funny
Who?
video. What's going on, chat? Miss Yaya. So we gonna see, man. I want to check out that Tim Zoo fight. Janet back fighting too. You know what I mean? We definitely got action-packed boxing weekend. We got some good fights to watch Saturday.
Yeah, I gotta see what Tim Zoo bringing to the table.
Tim Zoo, what Tim Zoo
Definitely
fight?
gonna see what he.
What Tim Zoo fight at?
Tim Zoo at 54,
That's what I thought. That's what I just wanted to
but
make
I
sure.
think I get 54. But I don't know if he said he can make the 47 mark. I guess if the money right, you know what I mean? I don't know, man. He a big dude. That's what he fought Tony Harrison at the 54. and he demolished Tony Harrison.
But you know what I mean? So let me ask you this, right? Has Tony Harrison been on the decline for a while ever since that Charlo loss?
Like I always say, your mind is here with me, but your body's on the other side of town. You're messing us boxing fans around. He I don't know if it's hard in it, yo. I don't know if it's hard in it. Did he peak talent wise? You know,
That's a good way of putting it. That's a good way.
Great guy, but this boxing, nothing personal. Tony Harrison, because I like Tony, man. I always there. I like his personality, his markability, but I think he mad.
That's right. That's right. His pops did pass away. That's right. And the historian is in the building, man.
Yeah, I think he maxed, yo.
Heather E said, "Squeeze, you on your way to the club."
I can't hear you.
Heather E said, "Squeeze, you on your way to the club?"
Damn, yo, you breaking up. Let me see if I can pull the chat up.
Oh shit! Nerf water gun. What's happening?
His phone.
What's that
phone acting crazy?
That's that phony ass Android.
Yeah, you ain't never lied, champ.
You supposed to Ben got that iPhone.
Yup. Go ahead, put me out there. Put the old man out there. Come on out, they got us. They say with friends like that, you don't need enemies. Yeah, you right though. I hate going in them stores, waiting in those lines, man.
Man, tell them you with the Rize podcast, man. They gonna move it right along, man.
Let me get this chat out the way, Miss Tanya Vandross. Smoothie King, right back at you with another one. Miss Tanya Vandross, thanks for the 3-piece McNugget on a super sticker. Miss Tanya Vandross, the niece of Luther Vandross. I see y'all all in the chat, man. Talk to us. Yeah, this is gonna be a big. This weekend gonna tell us a lot. Y'all make sure y'all smash that like button too, man. Y'all up in here like swimwear.
Lord's 4500. What's happening? Woo! X, get out the boondock, Squeeze.
I'm in the boondocks.
Oh my gosh, Squeeze. Squeeze. Can you see, Squeeze? Can you see on the background?
What I'm looking for, champ.
I'm ready. You gotta bring them in right, but you can't. Can you see who in the background?
Nah.
Bring Boo Boo Dad in right. Give Boo Boo Dad an introduction.
Dang, breaking up, yo. You gonna have to bring him in because I don't know if he gonna be able to hear me or not.
I can hear you. Go ahead, bring him in.
All right, y'all. Father, undefeated fighter, 2-time, 3-time world champion. Great makers awaited return. One of the biggest fights. If you watch the press conference, he told you, come on, baby, is on and popping. Screw Canelo is the biggest fight right now. Is Boo Boo Andre in Jose Benavidez. Let's dance, baby. The father of 2, 3-time former world champion, undefeated. One of my favorites, all time favorites. I done followed him through the amateurs and Olympic ranks. Boo Boo Andre.
What's going on, Mr. Paul?
Hey, how you doing, Calvin?
Hello? This singing and squeeze.
You see him?
Okay, how you doing?
All right, how about yourself, man?
Can
how you
hear?
doing?
I'm just chilling,
What's going on? What you think about this big matchup we got coming up, man, with your son and Benavidez, man?
Well, it's the only fight that could happen because nobody wants to fight Benavidez and nobody wants to fight us.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
Too many people waiting for Canelo when we should have just froze him out instead of him freezing other people out. We could have did a Super 6. We all could have fought each other and not wait for Canelo.
Yeah,
he could have been frozen out. But nobody wanted to step into that ring as freezing him out because you had the Charlos, us, Vivo, all these fighters in that weight class. And when they did the Super 6, it was the best thing to happen.
Yeah.
Because if we did a Super 6 or a Super 8, Canelo can't pick and choose who he wants to fight because they're all obligated. Go find yourself a dead horse. Because that's the only thing out there left for you. Nobody want to see Triple G 3. Nobody want to see that. Triple G didn't want to fight Demetrius. Nobody wants to fight Demetrius. All they're going to do is keep saying you ain't fought nobody. How can you not fight somebody if somebody won't fight you?
I agree.
Somebody has to fight you.
How you doing? How you doing? How you doing, Mr. Paul? My phone acting up, so I'm gonna try to slide in while you can hear me.
I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
I've been said Triple G was a hype job when I seen the level of competition he was fighting, and a lot of them guys got in there was scared of him from the jump. But I never heard Andre's name come off of Triple G tongue. Can you explain to the people that's watching? And thank you for tuning in to us, man. We appreciate and much love for that, Mr. Andre.
All right, Triple G had a fight with Murad or whatever to the Japanese guy, right? That fight was a year in delay. But Triple G was offered. Triple G goes to his network and says, "Well, I want a middle fight." They say fight Andre. Triple G says, "No, I'll wait the year to fight because I will not fight Andre." So Triple G had opportunity to fight us. He passed it up. Nobody ever says, "I want to fight Demetrius Andrade." All they got to keep saying is, he never fought nobody. But nobody comes out off a fight says, "I want to fight Boo Boo." They name everybody they want to fight, but nobody says, "I want to fight Boo Boo." But then they use the excuse, "Well, Boo Boo ain't fought nobody." He fought anybody who was willing to get in the ring with him. They were all scared. Don't make excuses, just keep your mouth shut. Because, okay, when we had the 54 title, Canelo didn't want to unify 54 division. When we had the middleweight title, Canelo didn't want to unanimous, undisputed. He didn't want to do that in the middleweight division. So he moves up to 68. So why Canelo keep avoiding us? Why did Triple G keep avoiding us? Charlo keeps talking this nonsense when none of that shit was true. Blue Blood be spilling all that shit. Blue Blood don't know his ass from his asshole. Okay, so Blue Blood was backing up Charlo's, and that's okay, because there was no contract, no negotiating, no nothing. And the only person that kept that going was Charlo's and Blue Blood. But show me a signed contract, whatever, we'll fight anybody. but nobody says, I want to fight Demetrius Andrade. So our last promoters just said, hey, I can't do nothing with you. Just like they said, I can't do nothing with Terrence Crawford. But if you can't make fights, a promoter can't hold on to you. And I understand that.
Right.
But why is he avoided? If he never fought anybody, then he should be an easy fight for you. Put him on your belt notch and move on to the next fighter. But when you're refusing to fight, Munguia was offered to fight several times. He wouldn't fight him. Triple G, Munguia, Charlos, Canelo. Well, the only excuse you have to say is he never fought nobody. Well, every one of them have fought people that didn't fight nobody. Every single one of them. They built their resumes on fighting nobodies. But we're willing to fight a somebody, and they say we never fought nobody. How they build their resumes up? Shit. After Canelo fought Triple G, is the only real 154 he ever fought. When he fought him, all of them were blown up 147s.
Mm-hmm.
The records speak for themselves. All their records. If you go back in Triple G's records, he fought guys under 500, under 1,000, building his career. They all fought nobodies, but now you're going to say Demetrius doesn't fight anybody. He's called out everybody there is to call out. Why are they so afraid? If Benavidez can't get a fight, we can't get a fight, so the fight makes sense. No matter who wins this fight, where do either one of us go from there?
Right.
Is it going to be the same situation? We put up a world title belt for people to fight us. We had the 54 belt and middleweight belt. Okay, you fight us, you have an opportunity to win a world title belt. And people still refuse to have the opportunity to win a world title belt when you ain't got a belt? Or you want to unify a belt? But because they use the excuse, you didn't fight nobody, it doesn't matter. You still are the world champion. Don't you want the opportunity to fight the world champion?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that your goal in life? And you're going to refuse to fight a world champion because you say he never fought nobody. That does not make no sense in this world. Because the ultimate goal in boxing is to win a world championship. Right? When you start out as an amateur, your goal is to go to the Olympics. And that goal doesn't happen, your next goal is to win a world championship title. So when you have the opportunity to fight a guy with a world championship title, your excuse is he never fought nobody. It doesn't matter. Fight him and take the belt off of him. That's the most sensible thing to do in the world. But the world sometimes is not sensible.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all they did. Hey, Charlo, you have a title, we have a title. Okay, what's the big deal? You could have 2 titles. Now, if you beat us, you got 2 titles. That makes you worth more money, makes you a better fighter, and gives you more props. Mm-hmm. But instead of having 2 titles, you want to keep your little title, fighting nobody, and not want to get another title. Undisputed is everybody's goal. Well, if Demetrius Andrade's in that line of fire, you don't want to be undisputable until he leaves it. After we left the 54, everybody started fighting each other. We get out of the middleweight, everybody fights each other. Every time we win a belt in a weight division, everybody goes to another weight division. and just keep saying the same
Real
thing.
talk.
You didn't fight nobody. You didn't fight nobody. But we have the belt. Don't you want the belt? Isn't that the object of the game, is to win the belt?
I don't know, because I believe, you know what I mean, some fighters, them belts ain't everything, because with all the bullshit that's coming behind them. So, man, some of these fighters prize fighters and they chasing that bag. But the only problem with chasing that bag,
Exactly.
some of these fighters worth.
Well, here's the bottom line.
You can't.
It's a lot to do with
You
the
can't.
management.
Hold on. You can't blame it all on the fighters, because it's the promoters. It's the promotion
You're absolutely
company.
right.
Everybody's fighting. Everybody's fighting over the bag. It's more so. Bob Erm said it out his mouth on an interview last week, Mr. Andre. He was saying that the dollars got to make sense. So when it comes to your son, I agree that they don't want to fight him, but also to the fighters in that divisions that he was in, high risk, low reward. So they don't want to get their ass
excuse me.
and don't get the necessary.
Excuse me. That's just an old cliche excuse. The bottom line is this. What they were doing is, you're absolutely right. The promoter and manager is chasing for their money in this case. The fighter wants that belt. But the manager says, oh, if we fight Canelo, we're gonna get $4 million. We fight Andre, we'll only get a couple $100,000. Okay. Now, each manager and promoter, they're all standing in line. They're like they're at a dance and they took a ticket. Okay, what number do you have? What number do you have? What ticket number you got? I got ticket 23. Okay, 23? Yes. So the managers can cash in on their fighters because they're getting paid more money to fight that guy. And they don't care about what the fighter's wish is. Because now if the fighter goes through Demetrius Andre first, that makes his value higher. So they know they cannot beat Demetrius Andrade, so therefore they're willing to settle for a high payday and fight this guy and take that loss than to take the loss with Demetrius Andrade on a low payday. But if they're good enough to beat Demetrius Andrade, they can get even a higher payday with a title to fight the other guy. Because why? They don't have faith in their fighter. Because that poor fighter's sitting there. Right, so the manager's sitting there and saying, no, I don't want to fight Demetrius Andrade. If we lose to him, we're losing a shot at Canelo, Triple G, Charlo. We're losing that shot that pays more money. So let's wait and see if we can get a shot. Now they're all sitting on the bench waiting for their turn. Well, there's only 3 of them, and there's 100 fighters. So maybe you have to have faith in your dog that your dog can fight. Because there's 3 guys that pay you more money, but there's only 100 guys. They can't fight that often. But when you rise to the top and you beat Demetrius Andrade, you're getting more money to fight this guy, not less. So how many guys going to stand in line at the chance? And what they do is, oh, if you don't take the fight at 300,000, I got somebody else who's going to take it for 250. Then every one of them going to put these special clauses, ring side, weight adjustment, the size of your ring. I mean, come on. Oh, I want this ring. The champion gets to pick what size ring he wants, how small of a ring is, pick everything, all the conditions, the weight gain, all this. All these conditions are put into a contract. Now, you go negotiation 4 or 5 months ahead of time. And after you go negotiations, contracts ain't signed. Why? We know why. And I ain't going to say names, but some guys are cycling. And if they have random blood testing, then they're going to make sure they get off. Once they sign that contract, they're already cycling off.
Mm.
Oh, I'm sorry. I own a ranch, with a big ranch with all my cattle and everything. And I went someplace else and ate some tainted beef. Yo, you cooking my beef, grain fed, 100 top aged beef. I got the beef at my ranch. Why did I eat your garbage beef in some restaurant? And the beef was tainted. Shit, I could have ate tainted chicken too. And by the way, how did I know when beef was tainted? That beef had a sign on his neck and say, "Hey, I'm full of steroids. Eat me." You got a ranch, price horses, all this stuff. You raised your own damn cattle, and you went out to some little taco stand, and it had to be a taco stand. The boy grabbed himself a taco, and the taco had tainted beef. He must have bought one of those gas station tacos. Wait. I'm sorry. The brother got an own private cook, so he better be his cooking. He said, "I wanted a taco." So his cook didn't feel like cooking a taco. Ran down to the gas station. When you in Texas, you buy a taco for $3 for a taco. It said then next day tacos $2.99. Then it said tacos $2.89. Then it said tacos $2.59. His cook must have ran down there and bought him some tacos from one of those taco gas stations, brought it to him and said, "Here's your tacos, sir." You see that time when they were up in the Catskills and it's crazy. Yeah.
Hey, Mr. Paul, while I got you on here, how this fight in your words, how this fight plays out with your son. The people out there want to know why we got you on here. Benavidez and your son. What's your look on how this fight, and do you have any predictions?
I don't know, man. Okay. What do you think I'm going to say to you? Ain't no fighter going to say, no trainer going to say, we're going to go there and lose. We're going there to win.
No, I'm just saying, the people out there, you talking to the people right now, Dad.
Oh, wait, excuse me. How do we win?
Yes, sir.
We have one talent that Demetrius has that no other fighter has. And that's why they won't fight him. He never does the same fight twice. He finds your weakness within one round and exploits it. Some fighters are one-dimensional, two-dimensional, three-dimensional, four-dimensional. He doesn't fight the same. He uses different weapons in every fight because he can exploit in one round. He finds your weakness. If you watch all his fights, he uses different punches. One guy, he hit that boy with so many uppercuts, man. You should have named Boo Boo Uppercut. Okay, he'll hit you with so many hooks. If you're weak, you're gonna name him Hook the next fight. He'll hit you with so many right hands. Next time you're gonna say, "Hey, what's up, right here?" You can give him a dozen nicknames because that's the problem. They do not know how to train or prepare for him. Because once he finds your weakness, those are the punches you're gonna get hit with. You ever see him use the same punch twice? And it's the two different fights? No. It's whatever the guy's weakness is, he finds it quick. And that's what he hits you with. If it's a hook, a right hand, left hand, he can fight right-handed, left-handed, move forward, back, up, down, sideways. Shit. He can smack you in the front of the head and be in the back of the head and smack you again. And when you turn around, he smacks you in the front of the head again.
A lot of people say,
that's why they won't fight him.
A lot of people say Boo Boo, he fights his fight early and coasts through the second half of the fight, or they question his gas tank in the second half of the fight. And Benavidez comes on strong round 6, 7 in the back end of the fight. So how do you explain his gas tank? Can he give us a full fight?
Well, put it this way. He knows what he's doing, and how he's doing it. But I'll tell you what, that the last 2 rounds, you never see him slow down, do you? He could be winning the fight, and he tries to finish it big. You ever see him gassing out the last 2 rounds? Hello?
Oh no, I thought you were still going. No. He's never
been gassed. Wait. Hey, has he ever been gassed out the last 2 rounds? No, he comes on hard. He don't coast. He can have the whole fight in the bag. He still don't coast his last 2 rounds.
Okay.
Because I think it's boredom. He's like, I hit you with everything I got, man. What am I supposed to do now? I'm going to go take me a commercial break. Go watch this little commercial and come back to the fight and make my little sandwich and be ready for you again.
So do you have, but Benavidez comes on strong in round 6 and the rest of the fight. Do you worry about how strong he is? Huh?
Why is that? Why is that?
That's how he is.
How are people capable of getting stronger as a fight go on?
Great conditioning.
So wait a minute. Why wouldn't you be just as strong? Okay, why would you be just as strong in the first round as you are in the last round?
Well, some fighters just front runners.
Okay. Well, you be
from endurance, and the fight is one in training.
Okay, if that's what you think and that's what you say, I'm not going to disagree with you. I'm not going to disagree with you. But my kid Boo Boo doesn't fade out at the end of the fight. You've never seen him fade out at the end of a fight because he doesn't. Because he slows down in the middle of a fight. So what?
You caught that.
He comes on strong. You know what happens? He comes on strong and lets you know who you are. And after that, people stop fighting. They have no answer. After 4 rounds with him, they're like, what the fuck can I do? So they slow down, he slows down. And then he just picks it up again and says, okay, I want to finish this fight right. See, okay, there's a difference. You have speed or knockout power, speed. He has a combination of both. So you either give up a little speed for power or you give a little power for speed. And that's all. Okay, so he comes on. He gains his respect. He gains his respect right in the beginning of that fight. And then he slows down a little bit, and then he picks up a little bit. But he fights according to his fight.
Is this his biggest fight to date?
Benavidez is a great fighter. He's the biggest name fighter to date. Yes, Benavidez. Because guess what? Nobody else would fight Benavidez. Canelo won't fight him. Triple G won't fight him. Munguia won't fight him. So this fight only makes sense because you got 2 fighters that everybody wants to avoid. I have high respect for him. I talk to his father. His father's cool as hell. We talk. We respect each other. The only reason this fight makes sense is other fighters want one of us to get out of their way because they can't touch either one of us. So therefore, that you're just getting, everybody wants to avoid both of us. So unfortunately, you got 2 boogeymen of boxing, Boo Boo and Benavidez. Okay, Canelo won't fight him. Triple G, the same people I list won't fight Boo Boo, will not fight Benavidez.
I agree.
So you got 2 boogeymen of boxing willing to fight each other because they both have the balls. They both say we are fighters and we will fight each other. But the rest of the world avoids both of them. They think they're going to walk around them, get rid of them, age them out, and do their thing. But you have 2 fighters that are both the boogeymen of fighters. Nobody wants to. Well, what happened to Canelo fighting Benavidez? What's his excuse for fighting him? The guy goes up to 175 to fight. But he won't fight Benavidez, will he? Charlos won't fight Benavidez. All your top guys do not name Demetrius Andrade or Benavidez to fight. So the fight only makes sense to happen. But after whoever wins, are they still going to get the fights? Okay, we're both 68s. Nobody's even giving us mandatories. And they both deserve mandatories. Where are mandatories? Okay? When you come up from one belt as a champion into the next belt, automatically you're supposed to get a mandatory. I ain't seen Benavidez's mandatories for a title, and I ain't seen our mandatories for a title. Where are they? It's been over a year. How come neither one of them got a mandatory?
They trying to avoid them guys.
When you leave as a title holder and you go up to the under the sanctioning bodies, if I'm a title holder at 54, I go to middleweight, I can get a mandatory. When you move up as a title holder, when you move up a weight class to give your title, you can get a mandatory. You're already ranked number 1. So where's our mandatory, and where's Benavidez's mandatory? Our mandatory is blocked because Canelo picks and chooses other guys, and they call those guys the mandatory. So when you're in that weight class and you're the number 1, why aren't you getting your mandatory?
Canelo has been gifted with the way he's been able to move around and avoid fighters and duck fighters, if I should say.
No, he can avoid the duck fighters because at the end of the day, okay, if you have that title and you're fighting somebody, you're paying the sanctioning body some big money, a portion of your purse. So therefore, my question is, when you move up from 54 to middleweight, you're automatically the mandatory. Benavidez was stripped of his title, didn't lose his title. So once he fights again, where's his mandatory? Where's Demetrius Andrade's mandatory moving up to 68? So how many fights we got to do? We already did a 68 fight. Benavidez says, how come neither one of us get a mandatory?
My guy Ant McQueen said even John Ryder got his shot.
Huh?
I said my guy, one of our guys said even John Ryder got his shot.
Yeah, well, there you go. Why'd he get his shot? It's John Ryder. It wasn't Benavidez or Demetrius Andrade. They all of a sudden they put together another fight, and that classifies as a mandatory. Then you get your mandatory. Then you get your pick fights.
Yeah.
So let's figure.
Go ahead.
After this fight, did either one of us get a mandatory?
I'm hoping the winner of this fight. I'm hoping the winner of this fight end up in the ring with Canelo.
No. Canelo's going to slip to another weight class, bro. Okay? Because Benavidez got stripped of his belt. Okay, after 2 fights, he should have been up there as a mandatory already. We came from a middleweight title and did a fight. When did we get a mandatory? We go to the top of the class, not the bottom, because we both had titles. So how are these other guys maneuvering in between?
We got that's another problem with these sanctioning bodies. We got to get them to start mandating these fights. These promotional companies got to start doing their job.
It's not the promotion company. It's what pays the money. Just like, okay, I have my philosophy. If a guy gets caught doing drugs or doping, right?
Mm-hmm.
You get a 6-month suspension. Okay, you only fight twice a year, so what's a 6-month suspension? Okay, if you get caught taking you know drugs, whatever, enhancing stuff, right? You should be like anybody else who gets caught with a crime. They get out. You should be on probation. That means, in my opinion, for the next 2 years, you get random blood testing. It shouldn't be here's your 6 months and it's okay. No, you should have random blood testing as long as you're a fighter for the next 2 years that you could be tested at any given time.
I think as a fighter in general, you should be tested during your career randomly.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying the same thing. But what I'm saying is once you get caught, when you commit a crime,
I'm saying without even being.
No, I agree with you.
All fighters should be.
Wait. Here's the problem with that. Somebody has to pay for it. They're not free. Like we pay for our tests. They're not free. But once you get caught, like if you commit a crime, you go on probation, you have to pay a cost for your probation. You have to pay the fine. You have to pay for the testing once you get caught. So once you get caught, you should have to follow those guidelines. That means you should be, for the next 2 years, you get random blood testing. You pay for it because you got caught. You can't, the money is not there to pay for random blood testing all the time because you got to pay VADA and all that. That's a lot of money. It could cost you $20,000 for tests during a big fight.
So how do we keep the sport clean?
I just explained it to you. Once you get caught dirty, then you're on a 2-year probation where you get random blood tested, but you have to pay for it.
Yeah, but what about the fighters that's not getting caught dirty, but still, juicing?
Eventually, they will get caught. Because a lot of fighters are juicing. But the early fighters, well, here's the difference. Here's the difference. The early fighters, right, can get caught easily because they fight a lot more often, 4, 6, 8 rounds. They're fighting more times a year. A big fighter is fighting maybe once or twice a year. So they can cycle on and cycle off because they know if they just fought, I'm not fighting for the next 6 months. So I could juice for 3 months and then I can come off. You understand the difference? So when you're a young fighter, you're doing 4 rounders, you're doing 6 rounds or 8 rounds or whatever, man, they're easy to catch because you're fighting a lot more times. You might fight 4 times a year or 5 times a year. So you're fighting 5 times a year. If there's blood testing on every fight, it's hard to do the cycle. But if you're fighting twice a year, it's easy because you fought in January, you're not fighting until maybe June or July after that. So you can cycle on and cycle off.
My guy Jay Hardcore over there, Hardcore Boxing News, he got a great channel too. He said, why Matchroom the only ones catching people juicing?
Why Matchroom? No, everybody's catching people juicing. It's like it's how often the person fights. It has nothing to do with promotion because the drug test in VADA, if they're using VADA, that's a separate entity.
They've been having a lot of fighters get pop dirty.
Right, but the bottom line is it depends on the condition of the fight. I know for a fact some top fighters were going to fight somebody else, and they told the other fighter no blood testing because it's not a championship bout. But if you want blood testing, you're not getting the fight.
Damn.
And these are fighters I know that was told that had a fight. If you want blood testing, we're not going to give you the fight. See, you have options there. Okay, you turn around and you're not going to test 1,000 fighters. I mean, how many fights go on in 1 month? The guys that do 4, 6, and 8. 4, 6, and 8. If they do that, all they're gonna do is a piss test. If you're doing that, they're easy to catch because you can't cycle. But when you're fighting twice a year, it's easy to cycle. You do your fight is in January. You fight in January. Now you got 6 months for a fight. You can go on and off the cycle and get off 2 months before you fight. A key indication of that, unless you're having contract negotiation, when a fighter delays to sign his contract and signing and it got mandatory blood testing, he's taking it to the ultimate time where he knows he's clean and he can sign that contract and be random blood test. I mean, it doesn't take 4 or 5 months to sign a contract.
I remember I was listening to an interview where Steven Espinosa said he said most fights don't get signed till the week of the fight anyway.
Well, why? Why is that? The fight's made, the venue's there. They don't sign it because somebody's delaying the final signing. Because if the final signing says random blood test, it's being delayed.
Okay.
Well, Espinola can say what he wants to say. All those undercard fights are already pre-signed 2 months. Well, I'm going to go in training camp without a signed contract? That don't make no sense. Why would I go into a training camp if I don't have a trust? Okay, I'm doing a 4-rounder, 6-rounder, and I don't have a contract. I'm going to training camp without a guaranteed fight? Now, when you're a big fighter, training camp could cost you $40,000, $50,000. Hotels, sparring partners, all that. So you're going to enter into this camp and everything else, and you ain't got. When does that contract get signed so you have a guaranteed fight? Because you try to do it. Now, the only time it happens, a guy gets hurt, they find a replacement. That's what happens. But you're going to prepare for a fight and you haven't got a guaranteed contract? That don't make no sense, does it to you?
Nah, because you got to pay for training camp.
Exactly.
And training camp ain't cheap.
Right. Now, that's when you're up a fighter. Regular fighters, they train out of the gym, they spar out of the gym and everything else. Okay. And the guy says, here's your fight. I'm giving you a fight. Okay. Guy taking time out of work, time out of this and all that. Okay. He's fighting for $2,000, $3,000, starting off $4,000, whatever he starts off at. And then all of a sudden, here's your fight, here's fight day, here's everything. And the only thing that's at that point to stop a fight is an injury. But I want to prepare for a fight that I don't have a contract for? That's crazy. That's like you being a businessman. The guy wants to buy, he says, I want to buy 10,000 pots from you. Stop making them now. When's my contract and how are you going to pay me? Don't worry, just make the pots. And then you go send them a bill for the pots. He says, you know what? I changed my mind. That don't work like that in a business world.
Yeah, you making 100% perfect sense.
Right. So let's get to the fun part about this. This is getting boring, man. We look forward to the fight. I talked to Benavidez's father, great guy. We talked a while back, and he's the only fight that makes sense right now.
Right.
And of course, we feel like we're going to beat Benavidez, and he feels like he's going to beat us because we're both going into this fight high confidence, and we're both undefeated. Now, if Benavidez comes out strong in the late rounds, that's cool. But I want to ask you one question.
I'm listening.
When you say Demetrius slows down in the middle rounds, right? That's what you said, right?
Yeah, I said. Most people say he wins his round. He wins the fight early and then coasts through the later rounds of the fight.
Well, what does that have to do with his opponent coming at him, or is he chasing an opponent? Okay, now look at his percentage of rounds won of all his fights and how he cuts public punch count down, how he frustrated his opponent. His opponents ain't coming at him. He doesn't have to chase the opponent either. That's a back and forth game. So you come to him, he comes to you. He just does at the opponent's speed. But then, okay, what about the later rounds? He don't slow down shit. He just picks it up and just say, "I want to finish big."
Wait a minute, let me get this super chat out the way, Mr. Paul. Rocco McBride, appreciate the support. Back in 2013, Edwin Rodriguez was in camp with Jamel Charlo, but pulled me to the side and said Andre was going to beat the hell out of Charlo.
Well, Edwin Rodriguez and us been together since he was in the amateurs. And he used to fight Boo Boo's older brother, who was a hell of a fighter, but he just stopped training. But Edwin's my boy. I mean, I was his team coach for the Golden Gloves and all that. Edwin's our people, man. Edwin and Boo Boo were good friends.
Okay.
And he knows what Boo Boo could do in the ring. If you ask the fans know one thing, but the boxers know something else. If you mentioned Sean Porter, Keith Thurman, all these guys, Danny Jacobs, everybody who's been in the ring with Demetrius, they'll be like, "You ain't fucking with him. You're just not fucking with him." Edwin and that man, Boo Boo and Edwin, roommates, bunk beds, and all that. We were friends for years. Even Caleb Plant. Caleb Plant used to live with us, stay with us in camps.
Oh wow! I would have loved to see Boo Boo and Charlo fight.
Well, Charlo just didn't want to make it. Nobody knows the true story before that because they offered us the fight. We were told not to take it because that was that issue with Rock Nation. That was negotiating with our promoter to buy our contract. And they're like, "We don't want you to do that fight." So we said, okay. We didn't take the fight. There was no contract. Okay, Charlo wanted to say there was a contract. Okay. Would somebody please tell me when he went in training camp or we went in training camp for that fight and show me one news interview for that fight? Because as soon as somebody's going to sign it, if you still going to fight, you're going to have interviews, commentators, people talking to you, and all that stuff, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Was there one?
Not that I can recall.
Right. But Blue Blood wants to put all that shit out there because Blue Blood, to me, don't know what he's talking about. And I don't care about telling him to his damn face. Okay? He keep backing that shit. But was there one training camp? Tell me when Charlo and us was in training camp for that fight. Tell me when there was a contract. Tell me one interview from one writer from that fight. One writer came over to the gym and says, "Oh, we're in training camp preparing for the fight." Well, he was. He wasn't even prepared for a fight because there was no fight. Because you know his loudmouth ass, country little ass would have been up there. "Hey, I'm getting ready to whoop Demetrius Andre's ass, man. Let me have another drink. Let me hit the sauce. I'm going to whoop Demetrius Andre's ass. Look at me in my basketball court." He could have been up there showing some cars, some diamonds, some bling bling, talking shit. Have all his cronies around him while he's prepared to fight Demetrius Andre. Because he can't keep his mouth shut. Tell me one press interview telling me he was in camp prepared for Demetrius Andre.
No, like I said, I don't remember not one.
So where was this signed contract? Where was this training camp? Shit. And then, and it shocked me. Lonnie Shields wants to say something. And trainers don't talk about trainers. Fighters fight. Lonnie Shields said, "Come on. Lonnie Shields going to say something?" That was crazy. Trainers don't say nothing because trainers known each other for years. Fighters come and go. But we don't talk about each other. It's like an unwritten rule. We don't put a trainer, don't put another trainer down. And that's it. You know, and I'm glad Ronnie Shield got a lot of champions that love him, and I'm glad for him. I have nothing bad to say about a trainer, my wife. We all our job is get up there, get our ponies ready. That's all we do. And the fighters talk shit.
I think either way this fight goes, Benavidez and Boo Boo, either way this fight go, the fans win. I think we get a great fight.
We could have had a lot more great fights if everybody else wanted to fight us. Well, so we could have more great fights. All the fights are out there to make, but it's like based on, Triple G 3. Come on. You could have, Triple G had an opportunity to fight us. He refused to. He waited to fight Murata and get that little belt from him and go to, instead of, he wanted a tune-up fight. Matchroom said, you want a tune-up fight? Fight Andre. You know what he said? I'll wait. Because he would have got his ass kicked.
We torn on this show. They asking me who I got. We torn on this show. Squeeze, the Smoothie King, the guy that was on, my co-host that was on earlier, he going with Boo Boo, and I'm going with David. So
that's your prerogative, man. I'm not I ain't gonna be mad at you.
No, they asking me in the chat, so they I guess they thought I wasn't gonna say it. But no, but I really think
I'm mad at you, man. Hey, there's two horses in the race. One's gonna win, one's gonna lose. That's it. You pick your horse, he picks his horse.
That's why I say I think, but I still think we get a great fight because both fighters are coming to fight regardless.
Right. And I don't know how the fight goes down. Shit. The fight might go down in a draw. We'll do it again. I don't know how it's going to go down.
Oh, the fans will really win. The fans will really win. We get a David Benavidez Boo Boo 2.
Oh, yeah. Shit. But the bottom line is, my point is nobody will fight either one of us.
Right. No, I agree to that.
So why are two of us in the same? We're both in the same boat. One's in the bow, the other one's in the stern. But we're going to meet in the middle and see who gets what.
Let's get it on.
Yeah, so it's going to be a great fight. Nobody knows what's going to happen. I feel Boo Boo beats Benavidez. Everybody got a chink in their armor. They just don't know where Boo Boo's chink is. I know where Benavidez is.
Well, Mr. Paul, I want to say thank you for your time. Thank you for coming on here, chopping it up with us. I hope you.
What happened to Yaya? I thought Yaya, she was going to be on.
She in the chat. Sometimes
I hear something. Speak up, girl.
No, she in the comments. She in the comment section. She in here, but she in the comment section.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna say, I appreciate you for coming on, but I want to see if you want to come back on maybe Sunday. We go live Sundays at 12. Would you be interested in coming back?
It depends on my work schedule, my brother. I got a heavy work schedule.
Oh, well, I appreciate you for coming on tonight. If you're available, I'll get Miss Yaya. Shout out to Miss Yaya too, because Miss Yaya got you on tonight. So shout out to Miss Yaya, and I'll get Miss Yaya.
One thing I will not be doing Sunday is watching the Patriots.
I'll be right there.
Yeah, my team fell apart. Huh?
I said I agree with you on that. I can hear you.
Yeah, shit. My Patriots fell apart, man. I'm like, damn, I won't even watch a game.
Yeah, no,
we had a 20-year run, and that was good.
That's how I felt about the Ravens last week losing to the Steelers.
Oh, Ravens, your team?
Yeah. Watch yourself, Mr. Paul. Yeah. Watch yourself.
No, wait. No, come on now. I got family in Baltimore, I got some family in Baltimore. I've been in Baltimore. You been in Baltimore?
I live in Baltimore.
Oh shit, yeah. Matter of fact, I got a nephew who teaches at the private college up there, the athletic director. Man, my first time over there, it was like you go to the store, you get a whole bag full of soft crabs.
Oh yeah, yep.
Yep, you get over there, you get those soft crabs and all that. But I couldn't understand that the houses are built on top of each other, but that's how they did it in Baltimore. That's like going to San Francisco, a little box house next to another box house.
Yeah, that's how they did us.
Yeah, no, Baltimore's cool. Like I said, I got a nephew out there and a niece out there, and I think it was Hillman. No, what's the school? I forgot the college school. He tells prep school athletic director. So I've been there a couple of times. Nice little town.
Next time you come back, you gotta swing past the gym.
Hell no. Next time I come down, you better be taking me to a restaurant or some shit. I've seen enough gyms in my life, and they all smell the same.
Oh, we go get some crabs then, Mr. Paul.
All right, that I can do. My first time over there, he took me to this place, and I'm like, everybody walking out with a grocery bag full of soft crabs.
I don't even know where that could have been.
Yeah, because you guys do the blue crabs out there.
Yeah, we do the blue crabs, and they do the soft shell crabs, the soft shell sandwich crab sandwich.
Yeah. See, we don't do that over here. We do the red crabs. I mean, we're seafood. Nobody beats New England for seafood.
Yeah.
We have our crabs, our lobsters, everything you can name.
Oh no, the best lobster I ever had came from the Bahamas. That's a different type. That's a different type of lobster than the one y'all have. But
what was so good about it?
Man, shout out to the grill master. That's his name, man. We went to the fish fry, man. And
yeah, well, he must have he knew how to season that shit, because when you're Bermuda, you better know how to cook fish.
Listen, man. So we had the fish fry, and we see this one stand, and it's a whole bunch of flies around it. So we walked down a little bit to all the other restaurants. Ain't no flies around none of the rest of these restaurants. Somebody like, man, the flies trying to tell us something. So we go back.
Yeah, that's right.
He said, man, pop that cooler, man. Pick whichever one you want, and I'll cook it up. Man, we popped the cooler. He said, I just got it an hour ago. Man, he cracked that lobster, seasoned it up real good. Oh my gosh, put it on the grill. We went back to
just like
yeah, they call tiny lobsters.
All right, so my family's from the Cape Verdean Islands.
Okay.
And we were out there, man. They're right in the middle of the ocean. Everything's fish. We have 10 islands out there because we're Portuguese descent.
Okay.
And so we speak. Our dialogue is Portuguese mixed with Cape Verdean.
Okay.
So that's where I basically we're from. That's that little flag Boo Boo comes in the ring with. And there's a lot of Cape Verdean people don't know, like Dana from the Celtics. He was Cape Verdean. Davey Lopes, all that. We have the same names as last names in Spanish, but we use the S's instead of the Z's. But it was nice coming on.
Man, look, hey, don't be a stranger, man. We need you to come back on. Around here,
you know what?
Huh?
Next time I come on, we got my boy Dewdrop come on.
Bring him on with you.
You know Dewdrop, right?
Man, yeah, we got. That's what I'm saying. We got an open policy for you, open invitation for you, Mr. Paul.
Yeah, I appreciate that. But my boy Dewdrop from New Jersey.
Bring him on in.
Yeah, we're gonna have Dewdrop out too. All right, thank you very much, and you guys have a good night.
All right, you too. Appreciate it, Mr. Paul. Thanks for your time.
You're welcome. Bye.
Man, shout out to Miss Yaya, man, for making it happen, for getting Mr. Paul on, man. You never know what you're gonna see on the Rize podcast. Mr. Paul Andre, man, great interview. You dropped a lot of jewels on us, man. Appreciate the time, man. Shout out to Squeeze. Everybody having a birthday. Shout out to Tim Layton. Congratulations on the buns in the oven. Y'all know how we do around here. Peace. Head grease. Right back at ya with another